Okay, we just finished Nightmare on Elm Street, the original, directed by Wes Craven. Um, right off the bat, one of my favorite movies of all time. I've been obsessed with this movie ever since I was a little kid. Freddy Krueger has always captured my imagination.
Oh yeah.
And this one is, I'd have to say, my favorite one. We were talking about it during the movie. Nancy is a favorite of mine. I think she really.
I like big teeth.
Big teeth. I like big teeth. That's something that I said during the movie. But I don't know. She's just very non-stereotypical for leading actresses, but she's still very attractive and does a great job and has a very girl next door look. But she also is very strong for a female character in a horror movie to really take on the antagonist.
We talked about it as different than nowadays. Actresses are more like models.
Yeah.
And they have to look a certain way.
Yeah, it's not believable at all.
No, it isn't.
In fact, in most cases, you want them to die. You don't care.
Exactly. Yeah, that is. In this case,
models versus actresses, and she's an actress.
Guess we'll start out with some questions as far as there were 4 or 3 deaths. 3 deaths.
I guess
only 3
with the mom. I guess.
Oh, with the mom. I guess so.
That one might come back, but then
She died twice.
Yeah, I guess so. Very ambiguous ending.
Yeah. It maintains the dream.
It's a horrible ending. It is enough to probably turn a lot of people off. It's that bad. I would wish I could alter my Blu-ray and just turn it off.
I feel like it doesn't get resolved.
Yeah, like even if they did just the car, I think that blow up doll is so bad at the end that it's just like you don't even know. But I never respond. It's almost a laugh. It's like it's the first one. Even compared to the way the Freddy movies go on, it seems like some people kind of, when you watch the documentary, a lot of people complain about how kind of jokey they get. The first one seems like it takes itself pretty serious a lot of times. It does have a few funny parts, but then at the very end, it's like blow up doll through the window. Yeah.
Yeah. It lessens the film. I mean,
it's like you have all these amazing special effects, practical effects done in camera throughout the movie up to that point, and then you just pull a doll through a window.
Well,
yeah.
That was
like
just not great on this. That was tacked on because the studio wanted that ending.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Wes Craven just wanted them to drive off and everything to just be creepily perfect again. He wanted it to be where you knew there was something strange going on with the girls jump roping, but he wanted it to kind of have an eerie Midwestern neighborhood feel to it at the end, which is I love. That's another thing I love about this movie. It really does make you think it takes place in a regular neighborhood. You don't think it's shot in California, even though it was. And it's just got great lighting.
I love the way it's shot. Yeah.
Yeah, and the second one's shot by the same guy, so I love.
By the way, Blu-ray looks.
We had a little bit of technical difficulty with the new American release. The audio got off sync, but we haven't nailed down if that was our fault or the Blu-ray's fault. So we put in the Canadian Blu-ray, and it played fine. I think we did notice a bit of a difference. It seemed to be less contrast in the Canadian one. The darks, the difference between the darks and the lights are pretty noticeable in the new version. But
you say if like you have the Canadian, it's worth buying again.
I would say so. I would recommend the special features on it to me. But if you have the Infinifilm version of Nightmare, I don't know if I would get it. If it's one of your favorite movies of all time, of course, get it. Yeah. So I would say the Tina kill in this movie, the Tina scene, is one of the greatest moments in horror movie history. Yeah, it is really scary.
It's actually disturbing. It's actually good when you just see her floating in the air by herself, and it really looks like somebody's dying.
The room that they built to do that allowed them to rotate, and the actors talked about how the girl Amanda Wes Craven would have to point and say, "This is up, this is down, this is up, this is down," before she did the scene, because she would get so disoriented just being there because everything's nailed down. So you look like you're on the ceiling, and it messes with your brain and made her get sick. And it's disorienting to the people watching to see her get dragged up the ceiling because
Blood.
there's no CG. It's all done in camera. They put the work into making that scene awesome, and it really pays off. It is so creepy. His arms all stretched out, creepy.
I should have left that splatter in. You're right.
The blood, when she drops in the bed, they edited that out. It was so great. Oh, just blood went everywhere. But the Rod kill was, it's not my favorite. Doesn't
Wish
have
they
enough
kinda
Freddy
just-
in it.
I wish they would have just shown maybe his hand reaching over and pulling the rope up. That would have been enough for me, really.
Yeah.
You kind of know it's him, but
Yeah.
you don't know it's him. I mean,
Right.
Kind of movies about Freddy, so.
Well, as far as,
Protagonist, she's great.
what do you think, Brandon?
Oh yeah, she's a strong character. The movie, it's a good movie. I mean,
Yeah.
just bar none, it's a good movie. I mean, I don't have a lot to say about it because I'm usually I like to criticize things a lot. And it's hard to criticize this movie. I mean, it's well done. It's a well done film,
Yeah.
and it's definitely an icon of horror, especially of 1980 on. I mean, it's the top 3 horror film.
Yeah, definitely. It's always been my favorite, probably over Friday the 13th or Halloween. I love those movies, but there's something about Freddy's character, the lighting, the way that the dreams work, that always they keep me
Seamless.
more interested.
Kind of seamless,
Mm-hmm.
especially like classroom stuff.
It's just a lightning kind of striking thing how well Freddy Krueger turned out. And to be honest, this movie came out and it did very well, but I don't think Freddy Krueger really blew up until after the second one, around the third one.
Yeah. Yeah, because they don't really show his face that much in the movie.
No, they
Like,
don't.
Even with all the uncut scenes they left out.
You see a lot.
I
more.
agree. If they had shown a lot of those things, I think he would have gotten popular, even more popular early on.
The makeup looked good. I have never been
Yeah.
a critic of the makeup in this film. I think it looks great. I think Robert Englund just choosing an actor to do this made the character so much better.
He has a lot of nuances, like the way he walks around.
Swaggers and
His
Struts
little
and kind
tilt,
of like,
little thing.
he's
Yeah.
like creeping after him. His kind of ape like.
yeah.
And even the opening scene, him just making the glove is just, I think,
Oh,
one
I
of the
know.
coolest scenes. Of the
Yeah, when it'll sort of get, that's all the prequel you need if you're listening to people who made the remake.
Yeah.
That's all the prequel you need. The idea of Freddy as a child murderer
You left him
doesn't have to be shown.
Only thing they go into is that he's a real person who died,
Yeah.
and that's all you know.
I have a large theory about horror films and how they're so much better with the more you leave unknown. The
Yeah.
more you explain, the worse they get.
Yeah, it seems like a lot of, like, even with Freddy, it's like if you think about the idea of like what he might have done before without knowing it, your mind's going to be more creative in your own head for each person, so you
Yeah.
can make it scarier for yourself.
Right.
So sometimes showing it, yeah, it's probably not good.
You're just like, what is he?
Yeah.
You keep asking yourself,